It's always fun to put together a show like That's Entertainment from Gershwin to Sondheim because it allows me to show lineage from Gershwin to Sondheim and all the influences in between that affected both of them. This concert is one that goes back as far as W.C. Handy and the St. Louis Blues, because Gershwin was very much affected by and friends with W.C. Handy. And the St. Louis Blues is the oldest piece that will be heard on the program. And I have an orchestration that's from 1935 from the collection of David Rubinoff, who was a very famous violinist and radio conductor. And this is a chart that I inherited from his family, and all this music was stored in various places, and I was able to rescue it after it had gone through 2 floods, and I got the surviving music from the collection and was able to restore it. And St. Louis Blues is one that was written for a large orchestra in the 30s that has this sort of 30s deco sound, but also goes back to the teens and has a very contemporary vibe. So I wanted to include that to show W.C. Handy and then to get to Gershwin of the 30s. And then the concert has the Porgy and Bess Overture, which is from the Goldwyn film, the 1959 Goldwyn film. It's another piece that I had reconstructed because it was lost. And thanks to Andre Previn, who's a friend, he gave me a copy of his original sketch for the overture, and we were able to restore it. And so that was another piece that was completely gone. It was missing in action, and it will be heard now at the Pops. Speaking of Andre Previn, the concert also includes a piece that he wrote for the score of the movie Goodbye, Mr. Chips. But it turned out that the producers threw out his entire score and replaced it with a score by Leslie Bricusse because of delays in the production. And this is one of the most beautiful musical theater songs I've ever heard. And it's an original orchestration that was done for a demo, and it's going to be sung by one of our guests, Liz Callaway. And so it again gives me the opportunity to present something in the context of the theme that is a great song that I think will thrill audiences. In addition, we have a piece by David Raxon called The Bad and the Beautiful, and I got that personally from Mr. Raxon. We have a Jerome Kern fantasy that's one that came from a conductor named Don Pippin, who commissioned it many, many years ago. I'm trying to think what else. The Victory Stride, which is by James P. Johnson, a 1940s piece that was restored by Marin Alsap, that came from the estate of the James P. Johnson family. And then we have another very special guest, Erin Lazar, who's going to sing Gershwin and Sondheim, and Brighton Thomas, who is a young, very talented lady who is still in high school, who's going to sing a Burt Bacharach and Hal David song that's arranged by Klaus Ogerman that I got from the collection of Connie Francis. So this is going to be quite an eclectic and fun concert.